First time since our first season that have really stretched our resources. So I think if we can overcome those things, which we have, we'll come back next season a lot stronger.
Difficult for your preparations if you've got a whole host of long-term injuries and now potentially some short-term ones as well.
Yeah, but you have to overcome that, and it's been nothing new for us in the second half of the season. We've always been, since we picked up the long-term knee injuries with Lewis Cook, Simon Francis, we've been stretched, and we've never quite been able to readdress that balance and keep everyone fit. So, as I say, that's been one of the challenging parts of the season, but let's look at it as a positive and hopefully we go well.
Those two wins over Arsenal and Watford, how much of a morale boost has that been to the whole club and the players?
For everybody it's good. It's good when you perform well and you achieve good performance against tough teams and tough opponents. It always increases your levels of confidence, of course.
What's pleased you most about your players' reaction to those slight disappointments? Well, the one at Wembley was a big disappointment, but the next game as well. The way they've bounced back, has that impressed you?
No, we've been doing and trying always to achieve this moment of the reaction from all of us when things don't go well. The focus is always to improve ourselves in training sessions, then try to perform well in the competition. We've been able to always react since nearly 2 years ago. Not in live in football, not always is good moments, so you have to react to those that don't go so well by doing what you always do, with always a spirit of unity and togetherness.
It says a lot about their character, doesn't it, the way they've bounced back from adversity?
Of course. It's mainly this character.
A win against Fulham will clinch 7th spot, and that would be a marvellous finale for the club this season, wouldn't it?
We have to play tomorrow. We have to play. First, we have to focus on compete well against a tough opponent that comes from good results. So we have to be really focused and try to compete the best way we can.
They've won 3 Premier League games in a row, and that's great credit to Scott Parker and the players after relegation. That makes them dangerous, does it?
Always dangerous. All the games are very tough. Of course, they come, like I said before, from good results. So we expect a very tough game.
You last played European football in 1980 here, 40 years ago. How much of a boost would it be to get that back to Molineux?
We have to play tomorrow, sir. Then first of all, we have to be focused on the competition. Everything else we'll see after. First of all, compete well. Focus on your tasks and play the game.
Okay, what about the whole Premiership? It's your first season in the Premiership. Have you learned a lot from it? Have you enjoyed it, first of all?
Yes, we enjoyed it and we learned. Not only in the Premiership, you learn in every moment of your life. The training session can be a good moment to learn, at the same time to improve yourself. Life is always full of learning moments.
It seems a lot of love in the city for you, the way the fans have embraced you, and it's a two-way process. As you say, you must be pleased with the fans too. I'm
very pleased. I'm always thankful for all the support they've been giving us in every game since we were in Championship. So it's this bond that we've created, and we have to preserve it and keep it. And the best way is to give everything that we have in the football pitch, and this way the fans will always be behind us.
From the 7th position until the 11th is our fight, and we have to try to win the next 3 points, because this way we'll have chance to achieve the 7th, or if it's not possible the 8th. Is what I'm thinking about, not about Chelsea's position or Chelsea's fight.
You've got 2 league games left, tough games, and then you've got the cup final. Do you sense anything within your squad that people are maybe getting distracted by thoughts of the cup final, Manchester City, Wembley?
No, I don't let them. It's my job. Try to keep them concentrated in the next game. Is what we've done during all the season, and it won't be different in the end of the season. We try to play the next 2 games as better as possible, because it's the best way to prepare the last game, that final. In my opinion, I said many times, the success of this season, it doesn't depend on play in Europe or not. I think the players have done a very good work this season, and they deserve that recognition. If we achieve that reward or not, it doesn't depend only of that.
It's been a tough few weeks, so what would a win over Manchester United mean for you and for the players?
A win is always great, and I think it would give us a good feeling, and it would give something back to the supporters, I would say.
Do you believe that winning becomes a habit, and maybe that losing becomes a habit as well? Is it important to break that sequence of defeats before the end of the season?
Yeah, we want to break that down. So I think to win games or more games, you need a winning feeling, and it must be installed, and of course we're working on it.
You had that winning feeling against Manchester United last season. Can you feed off that, the fact that you've already beaten them at the John Smith Stadium, and can you give the fans a memory to take into the summer, a memory of beating Manchester United?
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was calling now, I think. This is a big fight for you, my friend. I would say, like, from each game which you won, I of course observed every game and watched at it when we won against another team, or even the games before. I had a look at them. So it's a normal day work for me to be prepared for it. Excuse me. And for me, it's important, that it would give us a big boost, I would say, if you could win this game. And of course, the players know that they won it, but it had been in the past. So for us, it's now to focus that we have a possibility to go in the last game. And I think the last home game in the Premier League, we should make it special.
Have you made up your mind yet regarding the players that you would like here next season? Do you plan to sit down with the players and have those conversations?
Yeah, we're planning the whole time, and this is a process now which began when I took over, to be fair. And now we have 2 more games, and I'm very clear, and I'm talking to the board, and obviously you know that we have a head of recruitment, and we are with Josh Marsh, and we're talking to each other and have our idea how we can transform the squad, how we can improve our squad, and then it's for me clear that I have all my views now to the players. Yeah.
Do you anticipate a lot of change then this summer?
It could be. So, obviously also all players have ideas, and, football life is very quick and vivid, I would say. In those times, players have ideas, the club has ideas, and we from our side should have an idea how we should go into the next season. And I'll have it, it's clear for me, and I'm in exchange with the board and our recruitment about it. So, this is important for me to tell, because it could be then that there are some players this weekend who maybe have their last home game in Huddersfield, and I think they should give everything because they deserve much from the club. And it could be that they have players on the squad who will stay here next year, and so they definitely have to fight for something. And it could be that there will be some players on the squad this weekend who may be still fighting for their future here. So I think we have good reasons to fight for in the last home game.
I think first my message is the same for the team and for the supporter. Our first competition continuing being the Premier League, and we are going to play Sunday against Brighton, the last match at home, and if we win, we are going to play the last match in Burnley with the possibility to be in the top 4. And is the first competition give us be consistent in 38 matches. This is my matches at the beginning and now at the end of the season. And it's the first is giving us our capacity to be in the Champions League. And the second is the Europa League. But we need to play the second leg in Valencia. It's going to be very difficult. And if we win, we need after to play again another match in the finale. And for us, continuing being the Premier League, the first competition where we want to do something important this year.
I'm a little bit sad, if I'm honest. You're bound to be a bit sad, aren't you? You think even in the last 3 or 4 games, 1 or 2 more points would have made it an easier situation. Whereas we have to beat 2 teams now in a tough league, and so it's we're in that situation. But I think we may have accepted that early on in the season if you'd have told us we were still fighting with a chance with 2 games to go. You still get people tell you where you're going wrong in the media, etc. You just got to get on with it and do your own thing, really.
We want to create our own history, and we will see where it ends.
To lose only one game all season is sensational.
Both deserve the title. The team is going to lose. They'll have to have regrets.
City have come up with all the answers, and that's what makes you a winner.
A two-horse race for the title, and this is where the tension really does begin to bite.